So today we're going to talk about the push and pull factors of colonial America, what pushed people out of Europe, what caused them to want to leave and come to the New World. Pull factors would be what pulled them into America. Why did they want to come to the New World? So we're going to talk about both push and pull factors, and also we're going to talk about the benefits of living in America during the colonial America times. So I'm going to start out by making a thinking map on a slideshow presentation to help you understand the push and pull factors. So how I'm going to start is I'm going to put a text box right here in the middle, and the middle of our map is going to say reasons people left Europe and settled in the Americas. The Americas meaning North America and South America. So reasons people left Europe and settled in the Americas. I'm going to make this a little bit bigger because it's our main topic here, and I'm going to center it for you. There we go. So let's focus on the push factors. So I'm going to put in a shape over here. Let's do a circle. And I'm going to copy and paste that for the other side, which is going to be the pull factors. Push factors. We're going to have to make this a little bigger so factors fits in there. And then pull factors. All right, so let's focus on push factors. Again, push factors are the factors that cause people to leave a country. Okay, what is pushing them out of that country? Why do they want to leave? So back in the colonial times, people that lived in Europe wanted to leave Europe for several reasons. I'm going to focus on the top 4. Okay, so the first one is because of the population. I'm going to make this a little bigger. The population of Europe increased, which means it was getting pretty crowded. People did not have enough room to build homes. It was getting overcrowded and not enough room for families to grow. The second reason is land. Again, because it was getting overcrowded, many people did not own their own land. There is no land left to own because, again, it was crowded. So we have, I'm gonna make these bold because these words are going to come up a little bit later when we get over to pull factors. Okay, the third reason is employment. So if we think about this, if it's getting overcrowded and there's too many people, there's not going to be enough jobs. So employment, there was a shortage of jobs. And of course, they needed jobs to support their families. That was and still is very important. So employment, that has to do with jobs. And the last main reason, let's move this down here, was freedom. There was very little religious freedom. Whoops. So when we're thinking about the people coming from Europe, we were a lot of the groups, such as the Pilgrims and the Puritans, they were looking for religious freedom. The king was not giving that to them in England. Some people were coming over to the New World to find gold and silver and land, but many of the groups were seeking religious freedom. So those are the four main push factors that cause people to leave England and all of Europe. So we're going to draw some arrows here because in a thinking map, we need to draw arrows to connect all of our thoughts. And we can actually move that one. Let's delete that one and fix it up. And there we go. So, whoa. Now we're going to make an arrow from the middle to push factors to connect, again, our thoughts. Okay, now let's work on pull factors. So what did America have that pulled people in, that made them want to move to America? So we're going to base it off this: population, land, employment, and freedom. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to get rid of this first of all. Okay, I'm going to click on this and I'm going to just copy this box, copy and paste it over here, because our titles are going to be the same. So population, okay, I'm going to take this out about Europe's population increasing, because now we're talking about the New World. The population, people wanted to move here because there was plenty of room for people. Land, we're going to bring this over, we're going to copy it, paste over here. Land, okay? In Europe, many people did not own their own land because there were so many people, there wasn't enough land to own. But in the New World, besides the Native Americans who were there was no one else on that land. So there was the opportunity to own land. Employment. So if there was too many people in Europe and there was a job shortage, in the New World, they are growing their economy. So that's going to tell me that there's going to be jobs available. So we're going to erase this and put there were jobs available. And last but not least, freedom. We're having a hard time copying this for some reason. There we go. So, freedom, there was hope of more freedom in America. They were moving away from the King of England and hoping that they could have freedom of religion and many other things when they got to the New World. So let's connect our thoughts. Again, these thinking maps are very, very helpful for understanding when it comes to note-taking and writing and so on, and organizing your thoughts. And there are your push and pull factors, the reason people left Europe and the reason they came and settled in America. I'm going to put a box around this so that that will pop out. And there we go. So the next thing that we are going to focus on are, now what are the benefits of coming to America? Okay, so I'm going to, again, put a text box in here, and this is going to be a bubble map. So benefits of living in America. I'm going to make this nice and big. And again, we're going to center it. I like to make things look decent. And we're just going to put thoughts around it. Okay, the reason why people wanted to move to America. So up at the top, the first one is for farming. We're going to connect that. Okay, the next one, more room to live and settle. And again, if you run out of room, you can make that text box bigger. So we're going to connect this one. There we go. Another reason people wanted to move to America has plenty of room for people. We have and still have plenty of resources. There's opportunity to hunt. The settlers could hunt and get their food. And again, in Europe, there was not much land, so they could not easily find land to hunt on. Another reason is America was not ruled by a king. That was very important to them. And even though the Native Americans did not want to give up their land, and there were some wars between the Native Americans and settlers, the Native Americans actually were there to help. So Native Americans were there to help. We have a few more. Like we said earlier in the push and pull factors, job opportunities. And when they came to America, the settlers could worship God in their own way. They did not have to follow what the king said. They could worship God in their own way. So those are the benefits of living in America. Later on, and it looks like I put my arrow backwards. That's okay, but we're going to fix it up. We're going to start here and go this direction. Later on in the lesson, you are going to be asked to use this information, and you're going to be asked to write a 2 to 3 paragraph letter to an imaginary family member that lives in Europe. So just come up with a name. You can use a family member's name, but pretend that they're living in Europe. Persuade that person to move to a colony in America. And what I suggest you do is look over what were the benefits of living in America. Let them know what great place America is. Okay? You can have more room to live here. You can hunt. You can own your own land. You have plenty of job opportunities. You can look at the push and pull factors. And again, you want to look at this side right here. There's plenty of room, opportunity to own land, jobs, hope for more freedom. Okay, you don't have to listen to the king tell you what to believe in, and so on. You want to persuade that person to move to America. And then, if you would like, you could read it and share your persuasive letter on Flipgrid. So Flipgrid would be where you can video yourself and send it to me. So I would love for you to do that. Please feel free to look back at our notes right here and have a good time writing that letter.